And we are away at Laguna Seca. We get a brilliant launch from ROX. Hopeless trying to defend. Oh, we have a crash from behind! DAE, massive incident. As we see ROX go down the inside, coming up from third position. Brilliant start for him. Hopeless trying to defend back to avoid a collision there. We see CMC and THE also fighting hard and back hoping for early positions. ROX, what an amazing start for him. Back in the pack, we got like two wide, side by side, goes CMC and THE. THE goes off into the dirt. What a eventful start at Mazda Raceway. Sidewise side goes Psych and TMT. They've raced before in this previous season. They know how to keep it clean. Hopefully they do that as they come up into this corner here. Psych late on the brake, so is TMT. Dyke seems to get ahead though. Brilliant stuff for him. I'm a little bit biased because he is my teammate, but we'll forget about that for this commentary session. All right, we go back up the grid. Hopeless Moth, starting on pole, is now 3/10 behind the leader of ROX. That was incredible stuff for him to start. He had a great start and he just great launch and dived on the inside going to turn one. Absolutely spectacular stuff there. Psych also doing well to keep a bit of a lead of TMT there. Let's see, DAE and RAV as RAV flies past DAE. I believe that may have let him past. Or maybe he just went off into the dirt, so it might not have been East boxing. He might be retiring or just taking his mandatory pit stop early. We will see later on. As for the lead, you see CMC go around the outside of Hopeless. What a move. Hopeless, what's going on? He was so quick in qualifying, over a second quicker than the guy in second place. What is happening over at Hopeless's garage? Yellow team will not be happy with that. ROX extending his lead. Brilliant battle for first we have here. Hopeless will really be disappointed with his performance there. He'll be hoping to gain his positions back, and I think he may as he gets a little bit of a run on CMC coming down into this corner here. He's right on his gearbox as he's coming down to the, it's probably not the actual name of the corner, but as the Aussie in me likes to call it, the dipper, as they come down. Absolutely dangerous stuff there. And TMT spins out after stuffing up the dipper. He will be very disappointed with that. Psych as it manages to get ahead. As the battle for the lead continues, CMC just being able to fend off Hopeless. Coming into the final corner before the straight. Oh, CMC goes wide and Hopeless manages to get him going down the main straight. A bit of a free position there, but I believe there's a penalty for Hopeless. And THE also gets a penalty. I can't see the penalties on my spectator screen, which is really irritating. As we see CMC and RUX both go down the inside of Hopeless going into turn one. This is insane! Now we've got Dr. Psych out coming up the back, hoping to get into this leaders battle. This is absolutely ferocious battling for the lead. As ROX once again just manages to get... Oh no! CMC's got onto the gravel. And Dr. Psychout goes up into third position. What a performance for him. He's done well, came up the grid a bit. And Hopeless once again is on the rear of ROX going up the top of the... Oh, they collided! They've collided! Oh, what a terrible accident! But Dr. Psychout is ahead. He's leading the exhibition race at Mazda Speedway. As CMC had an earlier incident when he went wide. He's hoping to maybe gain some ground and fight for the lead off Dr. Psychout. What a dramatic lap 3. This is extremely exciting stuff. As Dr. Psychout leads as they go out to the final corner. CMC hoping to get a good battle on Psych going into the first corner. He did seem to have a bad exit there. Hopeless is boxing. Very smart decision. I would have done the same. Very smart decision getting that mandatory pit stop in early. We all have a mandatory pit stop here at AAA Race Club. Very smart decision for him because he'll be hoping to gain that position back on track in some clean air, no one around him, just get some good lap times in, which Hopeless is really good at doing. Dr. Psychout now trying to defend against CMC. He's been up and down the grid today. He's had a few. He's gone wide at a few corners, but aside from that, he's been pretty clean. And I believe he may have had a spin or something like that. My memory isn't the sharpest. As ROX is lost his lead, he's now 3.5 seconds behind CMC. He'll be a bit frustrated as both Dr. Psycho and CMC go wide, going up to the top of the hill. That corner seems to be a bit tricky for our drivers today. As they go up towards the dipper, CMC goes around the outside. Dr. Psycho seems to let him pass there. I'd say that was a... Oh no, CMC spun! Oh, he'll be so furious at himself for that. He spun after he managed to get around Psych. Now ROX is now in second place. And I believe CMC, these cars are so hard to control. I'm telling you, I've raced these cars at this track before. They're absolutely horrendous on the slow speeds. And we see that there with CMC as he tries to get back on the track after his incident. At the back of the grid, we've got TMT and Hopeless. I believe TMT has boxed as well. Oh, he hasn't. He's just had a bad race. But it'll be... as Hopeless is hoping to come up the grid. And we don't have too many people very close to each other, but I tell you what, Psych has had a brilliant race. He wasn't too great in qualifying. I believe he got like 7th or 8th. And he's just come up the grid, kept it clean. And he's come up all the way into first as we see ROX going wide. Oh, does he control? Yes, he does control it well. Good stuff there for him. THE in third place. We've got GA underscore coming up on THE. He has been slowly bringing that gap down up to the third place driver here. Love the livery of that white and blue car. As we see TMT taking his mandatory stop. Seems we had a mistake in strategy as he's putting fuel into the car in a short race here. I believe it's only 15 laps. He won't be happy with that. And I think something's happened on pit exit as TMT seems to have spun. The camera can't even see his car. Oh, there he goes over the crest. I did not see what happened, but I think I saw something happen. And, well, TMT is kind of thrown away his race there a bit. Psych goes into his mandatory stop at lap 6 from the lead. That's a smart decision for him there. That's probably a good time for... It'll be interesting to see if Hopeless gets in past him now. This will be interesting. This will determine the net leader of the race here. Sykes coming out of the box as Hopeless goes down the main straight. This is very interesting stuff. As Hopeless, Psych, they will probably exit around the same place as Hopeless goes down to turn 1. Psych is going around the pit exit road there. I dare say putting his foot to the floor. Hopeless does lose a bit of time on Psych, but that's where we see the undercut coming into fruition for Hopeless as he's coming back on what is probably the net leader of this race. I think most, if not all, of the leaders have not boxed yet. As we see 3 drivers battling for third position here, DAE, CMC, and GA underscore coming in up the hill towards the dipper. We know many drivers have had incidents here as we see a couple of them touch the dirt going up the hill. Will CMC be looking to make a move on DAE going up to the dipper? He has done it before on Psych. Will he do it here? No, he doesn't. Keeping it clean. He gains a bit of time there on brake, later on the brakes, but seems on exit. He seems to have lost a bit of traction there, which loses him that valuable gap in between DAE. Now coming up to about 5/10 as they come around towards the final corner. CMC will definitely be looking to take that place from GA underscore, as we see, I believe that was RAV, well, we see one of the people fighting for third goes into the boxes. CMC goes side by side with DAE down to, wow, massively later on the brakes compared to DAE going into turn one. Will DAE get a better exit? No, he does not. Brilliant overtake from CMC. He definitely has the racing mindset to definitely just get the brakes on super later than whoever he's versing and just come out in front out of the corner. Brilliant move there for CMC. I'm sure his team will be very happy with that. As we are in lap 7 of this 15-lap race. Good stuff there. We have... I've got a warning come up on DAE. I'm not sure if you guys have penalty or not. Might have been just track limits warning, but that would certainly hinder his race. THE has done well to come back into second place, but I don't think he has gone into the box yet. ROX, I don't believe, has either. So this will probably determine the race, these later laps coming towards where you probably really do need to start taking your mandatory pit stop in soon, because if you do it too late in the race, you won't be able to capitalize and gain that valuable lap times back. But ROX definitely going for the late overcut here to try and get ahead of the leaders. DAE had an accident, I'm being told, and Hopeless gets ahead of them, coming out to the back markers there. GA underscore, oh, he's retired. What a tragic end for DA underscore. He's had a good race. Hopeless in 5th now. Got DAE and RAV. Oh no, RAV's also had an incident. So just DAE coming back on Hopeless, going into turn 1. Hopeless, he started in pole position. He's had his box. He's lost the position to Psych. This is probably not the worst of days, as we see TMT having an incident in the background. Probably not the worst of days for Hopeless, but I'm sure he probably isn't super happy with his performance here. We're yet to see where he'll end up once everyone's gone into their pit stops, but I'm sure he will not be happy with the fact that he's not fighting Psych a lot more. As we see Psych coming on, gaining grounds on CMC ever so much. As we go towards the top of the hill. Let's just go on board. As we go on board now with Psych going towards the dipper, we can just see how deadly this corner is. It's completely blind as you go down that little banking there, going around to this corner here and down towards the final corner before the straight. Brilliant stuff for Psych. He's a clean driver, really clean driver. And as we've seen in the previous seasons, and he's really showing it here today, these cars are really, truly are bad performing under slow speed corners. That's why we've seen so many people go wide and have incidents in the final corner and up towards the dipper, because they're just really hard to control under those slow speed corners. But Psych has certainly controlled it well. CMC now about a 3-second gap to Dr. Psych out. Psych's been just ever... Oh, sorry, no, that was to THE. Psych has got about a 2-second gap to CMC. He'll be hoping to bring that closer coming towards the final stages of the race. THE goes wide onto the gravel, which just brings the gap down to second, ever so closer for CMC, who will be still yet to pit. The top 3 have not boxed. ROX got a bit of a gap to second place, but he'll really need to put the power down if he wants to gain. As he goes wide, and the THE gains ever so closer to the lead. ROX will really need to put on some good laps here coming into the final race. I believe he may be on controller, just from looking at his car, but I'm not sure. I don't want to insult the man, but he does seem to be twitching a bit, which is very characteristic of controller players. So, Psych out, coming onto the back of CMC now, just a second behind as we go to the end of lap 9. CMC will surely be thinking of a box soon. Hopefully he hasn't forgot. I believe it's immediate disqualification for not doing the mandatory pit stop, so he'll really need to take that box soon. So will the rest of the top three, THE and ROX. As we see ROX go around turn 1, gets a little bit wide. See, like the way he controls his car, it seems to be a bit twitchy. Maybe, yeah. As we see him go around that next corner, I believe he may be on controller, and I dare say that would be a brilliant performance for anyone on controller. I can attest that it is not easy. Even with assist on, this game is not controller friendly yet at all. So, Psych coming onto the back of CMC now. The gap getting ever closer. It's about, I can't even tell, the intervals are changing so often, but it is getting closer. You can just see the difference come closer and closer. CMC and Psych have had a few great battles already so far this race. And I think we're about to see another one as they come to the top of the hill. And towards the dipper, as even CMC2 is also catching the back of THE, as we can actually see it through the cockpit can of Psych Out, as how close he is catching to THE going up to the dipper. The race for the lead certainly ramping up towards the final stages of the race. All THE, CMC, and ROX still yet to box. This is getting into crisis mode now for the leaders, as we see THE has an incident going out of the final corner, and CMC is hoping to capitalize on that going into turn 1. Can he get the move stick as we go down to turn 1? Both drivers braking as late as possible, I'm sure. Getting down the power. CMC on and off, just trying to get this car around the first corner, right on the rear end of THE. Brilliant racing, gets a better late racing line through there, tries the outside, THE blocks it off. CMC looking for anything as Dr. Psychout's gained this precious time due to the battling. This is incredible stuff. CMC looking to go around the outside, once again closed off by THE. They go up the hill now, fighting for second place. THE and CMC have yet to box. I'm sure Dr. Psychout will be keeping it clean and making sure no incidents here, because he has the net victory on these two. But he will certainly not shy away from a good battle, as we are definitely seeing as he's right on the gearbox of CMC. Oh, that was very close to be a big incident there, as we see THE make a mistake and CMC certainly paying for it as he tried to avoid the incident there. And Dr. Psychout moves up into third place. Surely this lap CMC will box. If I'm his strategy engineer, which I'm not, but if I was, I would be screaming in his ear to box, and yes, he is boxing. Very smart decision for him there. Dr. Psychout moves up into second place as THE also goes into the box. ROX yet to pit. So, now, lap 12, 3 laps to go, I believe, and ROX is really it will really start to see whether this massive overcut is working. It probably won't, because Psych is only 4 seconds behind ROX. Unless I'm mistaken, ROX has boxed, but I don't think he has. Psych certainly has the net lead here. Hopeless net second place. And CMC coming out of the box now. So I dare say the battle will probably be ROX CMC for that third place podium finish, coming in to whenever ROX decides to box. As I said before, I would probably be, as his race engineer, probably screaming in his radio, telling him that he needs to come in, because unless he's going for a strategy potentially for third and not potentially thinking about the win here. But this will be interesting coming into the final stages of this race. As we see him go down towards the pit box. Will he box this lap? No, he does not. Lap 12, so going now into 13. ROX still yet to go into the pit box. Dr. Psychout making that gap down to 2.7 now. He is a really good, fast, consistent driver and a very scary man to have in your mirrors. And I'm sure ROX is about to see some symptoms of that now as we come down into lap 13, down past turn 1. Hopeless. Also, oh, he's lost the back end! Oh, brilliant job to keep it clean there and gains control going out of turn 1. Once again, the perils of a little to no downforce Mustang here at Laguna Seca. Can be very difficult to drive. Personally, I hate it. I've tried it. It's not good. Not a fan. But some people certainly do seem to keep it controlled well and get quick with it, as we do see Syke doing that right now, coming onto the back of ROX, going up the hill. Syke's made bold moves into the dipper before. Will he be looking for another one? As we see him go up towards the dipper now. ROX, Dr. Syke out. The lead of exhibition race number 4. Who will it be? Lap 13. That gap coming down to 8/10 of a second, 9/10 of a second. The interval's changing every 5 seconds here at Laguna Seca. Coming into the final corner. ROX still does not pit. I hope for his sake that I've missed his pit stop and he has boxed already, but I don't think he has. With 2 laps to go, this will certainly be interesting. Going into turn 1, Dr. Syke out. Will he be looking for a move here? He's got a bit of a gap to go. Probably not yet. He's not a man for silly dive bombs, Syke out. So I dare say he'll probably stay right behind him, be patient, and look for the move there. Interesting stuff. Going up the hill now. 3/10, 2/10 of a second between Syke out and ROX. Oh, bit of a love tap on the rear of ROX from Syke there. Almost looked like a brake check, but it seems just Syke was just that much early on the power. It just looked like ROX was standing still on track as they go up the hill towards the dreaded dipper. This will be probably the deciding factor of the race at this battle here. Going towards the dipper here, Syke, ROX on the brakes. So is Syke going towards the dipper. Syke loses just a little bit of time coming out of the dipper here. He seems to want to be very careful and precautious going out of the dipper. Hopeless has gained while this battle is going on. He's now down to 2.5 seconds. And ROX, praise the Lord, has finally entered the pit box. As we see TMT spit out in the background. Hopeless going down the main straight. 1.8 seconds in between him and Syke out for the lead. Hopeless has been motoring, but Syke has been held up by ROX. So this will be very interesting though, but Hopeless does have that 2-second time penalty, which will probably prevent him from coming away with this win here, as we see ROX go down out of the pit straight. CMC has gained. This will be interesting to see as we see ROX coming out of the pit straight. We see CMC in the background coming over the hill. This will be the battle for that last podium position available. ROX, CMC, ROX. Oh! ROX does get out of the pit lane first, but CMC has got that run as he's been going through past turn 1. Oh, didn't see what happened, but it looked like ROX had a spin there. Or not a spin, sorry, a little bit of a snap. CMC right on the backside of ROX, looking for a move now. Can he get it done? He's gone down the inside, side by side into this corner here. CMC onto the brakes, brilliantly stuffed, gets it through, done. He's on, oh no, he's into the sand! He's into the sand as ROX goes past into third place. Not many corners left for CMC to try and make a move for third. He will be, I'm sure he will kick it himself after that. Really, really hoping for a better move there. Oh, And we got a 2 seconds penalty coming in for Psych Out. So now it is just battle as is. Psych Out for Hopeless. But we see Hopeless and Psych go down. And Psych wins the Exhibition Race 4. But we don't have time to talk about that. As CMC and ROX come down towards the final corner. Is there going to be any bold moves from CMC? Doesn't look like it's possible, but you never know. Does ROX keep it clean going out the final corner? He's slow! He's slow! ROX hoping to get that position. Does he get it? Does he get it? Oh! Wow! This is insane stuff! Oh man, CMC surely kicking himself. It was very much in the cards for him today, but he just out of his grasp. As we see DAE coming in at 5th place and THE for 6th. Oh man, what a ending there as that final podium place does go to ROX. I'm sure the heart was in the mouth for all of the team back at home watching ROX go there. Had just a bit of a snap going out of the final corner, which nearly cost him that 3rd place. Brilliant race by Psych Out coming up from, I believe it was 7th or 8th. Even with that 2 second penalty, does win with Hopeless in 2nd and ROX coming in at 3rd place.